Okay, so real talk, real question.
Yes.
Okay, if we take at face value that Yoda's species always speaks in that disjointed fashion, if they enter into the if we shove them across one like insufferable fandom to the Harry Potter fandom, can they say do they say like the spell lyrics the other way around?
Like Cadavra Avada?
Avada. Yeah. Do they? That's the question. Or can they cast if that's what they do? Or is the Lex
Maybe-
different for them?
Maybe they just have like an extra false chromosome or something.
Maybe
Force chromosome.
maybe it's the thing of like, oh, in their native tongue, that's how the grammar would be, and that's why they fuck it up if they speak in a different language. Because
I think
what,
it might
that's what my
unironically be-
grandma
And then that
does
is
with
just a learning
German.
disability.
Like
Yeah,
that's what
I
my
think that's-
grandma does with German, because she's used to Russian grammar, so she'll fuck up the sentences in German.
Yeah, there are certain languages have sentences the other way around. Like Latin always ends in a verb, for instance.
So does Japanese subject object verb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we assume that is that just how the Star Wars like
That would be
two
my
trilogies
assumption.
actually translate it, or what? Like,
That would be my assumption, at least.
is it always in Latin? Is it in different language? Does Wagadu speak it in fucking like Swahili or whatever the hell? Or ancient Malian or something?
Oh no, I think
In
they
Uganda,
would.
do they just use kung fu?
Yeah, obviously.
Does
Everyone in
Yoda
Uganda
have
knows
fetal
Kung Fu.
alcohol syndrome?
Probably.
Baby Yoda, maybe.
Maybe Yoda has fetal alcohol syndrome.
He's got Grog in his name, to be fair. He's called Grogu.
Grogu.
He's just called Grogu.
Fetal
He's the
midichlorian
world's first
syndrome.
Australian Yoda.
He's just got a goon bag.
No, I think they
Been
would
drinking, I
do
have been.
the
My
spell
keys I have found.
He just uses force push to throw broken glass at people.
No, and
He force grabs his keys back from the person who's running from him.
to throw
Really
broken
will,
glass
Lord. Bless you, I will.
and to put shopping carts up on the top of light poles.
What you hear is like, this is probably horribly insensitive to someone who has had a bad experience with like drunk drivers, but fuck it. The idea of just you see it like a Seat Leon careening down a hill, and all hears "Oh!" and a massive fucking explosion. And it's specifically a Seat. It has to be a Seat or a Saab. That's what Yoda species would drive. Like, you couldn't see him in the Subaru Impreza. That's more like a.
Obviously not.
You can't see him in the good old 2004 Honda Civic, though.
No, not driving it, but parking it, yes.
Mm-mm.
Into an old
It's got, and it'd still be more convenient for people in terms of parking than the person I saw, which is if you turn your eyes to the actual area, I shit you not. I'm going to use Milo for this experiment. Okay, you see this little span here? Imagine this is 4 parking spaces.
Okay.
Everyone looking at it?
Yeah.
I shit you not, they were parked here. It was a smart car. It is a 5-foot
Dang.
square of metal with wheels. How the fuck? There was someone in it with a dog. How the fuck do you manage to fuck?
100-year-old blind
was-
dog texting while driving and drinking.
They were in the passenger seat, which means that the person parked, the passenger saw them park this badly and let them fuck off.
I saw something almost that bad at college one time where someone was taking up 3 spaces basically by doing that exact same shit, just being parked like all across. And it's like, how did you fuck up like this? Like what?
It's just-
What is?
A smart car
what's
can
happening?
be. You could have parked a smart car of that size. You could have parked in the fucking like trolley bay. It is that
Yeah.
small, and it would have been less inconvenient.
It's one of the only times I've ever done the Karen thing. I left a note on somebody's car. They're just like, what? I think I
You
don't remember
just
what it
said
was.
how? Question mark.
I don't remember exactly what I wrote.
Like
But it
a
was something to that
diagram.
degree. It was just like, how did you do? Like, why? I think I just wrote why.
Why? This is
Honestly,
why though.
I would feel more
YTHO.
threatened if someone just wrote "Y" on my car, like with a note. Instead of like, oh, you're parking incorrectly. Just like, why? It's just like, feels way more threatening.
Right soon on their car.
Soon. You.
No, it's just the we know with the handprint.
Yeah,
There's like
yeah.
there's like a learner's L in the middle of the handprint. Oh no,
God.
it's the Dark Brotherhood hand, but there's two of them
Yeah.
that are at 10 at 2.
It's one that shapes the like L with the fingers.
That would have been good too. Dang.
I just can't fucking smart cars, man. Smart cars.
Are we doing a game or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just that when we always need to fill dead air for about 10 minutes to make sure the sensors don't get us.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
True.
welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to another episode of Rolling in the Isles. This episode, Light the Way. Who, amongst our illustrious cast, would like to recount the events of last week? Sharp and take a breath for teeth as everyone quietly shuffles back in their seats.
I do believe we
What?
ended up first on this map after
Oh.
things got wrapped up in the previous one. And
The city
we
is still on fire.
found- Yes.
Shit's still bad.
Yep.
Not gonna lie.
We
Pretty
found that
odd.
this
There are some
house-
places where it's thinning out, but
this
Well-
house is just surrounded by goblins, and from different roles, we know that they want to get inside and get someone or something out before killing the people that are inside.
And I am inside, so hooray.
Hooray.
someone fell through the
When
roof.
you said we are here on this map, that was the moment I realised I didn't have Roll20 open.
Yes.
That was the
Surely you should have known by the fact your
realized.
GPU isn't
Fucked up.
melting through your floor. Like a fucking BMW engine block on the Nürburgring.
Why am I not
Bruh.
hearing noise from Roll20?
Why are my ears not being
Yeah.
constantly assaulted by a bewildering mix of audio channels?
Yeah, no, I see that they're playing, but I don't hear it. Okay, let me check my audio settings. Might have just fucked up or something. Yeah, where the fuck is Opera just... Okay, it's... I know why. Let me fix that. I'm very sorry for the audio issues.
Do I have to redo the bit about the shopping
No.
carts?
I mean,
Thank goodness
no,
for that.
no, you're all good. It's just I had the
Sound effects.
attenuation on Discord, which means whenever someone speaks, it turns down all the audio in my background.
So it's just like
so-
Morse code of the background music.
Yes, now it's back. I do apologize for
It's okay.
this.
It's okay, guys. It's an ARG. It's going to tell you where the next episode's going to be.
Next episode. Surely it won't be next week around the same time.
No,
In
we're
the
going to
same
swap
place.
around Tuesday and Wednesday to see if anyone notices.
But yeah, no, we have found ourselves on this map now. Flymaris is caught in bear traps, if I recall.
Yes, indeed.
And some other party members have advanced forward. Like Baz, Mark, me, and Aiden. And I do believe Mark is over here casting things from afar. Yeah,
I
and
believe he ran up and
this-
was. Yeah, it's your boy.
It's your boy.
If we can bring up the picture of Gobshot. It's your boy Gobshot. Now with his new master, so to speak.
Aw.
Did you get this picture from a mod of Darkest Dungeon?
Yes, I did. Very good. Go out, get the Arsonist mod. It's a very good mod. Very good handling of damage over time mechanics. It wouldn't be the first time we've been associated with a mod, lest we forget the. I think one of our alumni from a previous, for a previous campaign, the mod got all the way to the front page.
Based.
Though it was also taken over by another modder who then finished it. anyone who's interested, we'll pop that into the Discord when I can get around to finding it. But I do believe that there's a small bit of chatting going on, and I believe someone identified the gentleman by his uniform. I do remember correctly.
Yes.
A member of the People's Front of Lesia. Always tell, because it's always I'll give that to because we have had some very good rolls. You can always tell because they always wear a defaced piece of public workers uniform. In this case, it is a member of the fire department's outfit. Then it's been defaced with various slogans and iconography.
He looks pretty cool.
It does.
Notice he's just strapped to the gills with every.
I want him to be my pet.
Honestly, fair.
Biggest. I don't know. What are the slavery laws in Lesia like?
It's frowned upon.
I was saying, can you keep it?
Swag Key does have slavers tend not to last very long. Indentured servants, on the other hand, well, Merchants Guild business is just business.
Indentured servants. I'm not giving them dental care as well.
That just means they don't have any teeth. It's indentured. It means they don't have any. How was I meant to know that inflammable meant the same as flammable?
Local worker has a lot of teeth for a smart cut.
Well, he seems to have come dressed for the occasion. He's got his little belt of Molotovs and the special armoured pouches, and he's got his big fire poker that he's apparently been using like a mix of a spear and a club, judging by the various dents in it. But it's still holding a fairly vicious, sharp, and hooked pair of spikes on the end of it, and he's covered. Man himself is even as he's lurching about on top of poor Gobshot's back. And he's tall, slim, his snideness comes through in the way he moves. He treats the act of riding through a burning city on the back of a half lobotomized troll like it's something he finds effortless. Even if he is, jostling here and there every now and then. But he's come armed to the absolute teeth. And he's caked in, you can smell him from where you are, the smell of sulfur, of different chemical agents, soot and potash, and everything you'd expect from someone who has been doing his best to bring this whole city burning down to its foundations. Gobshite, on the other hand, he doesn't look injured at all. Even though he is there are specks of unburnt fuel with scorch marks on his skin, he's not really reacting to very much. He seems like he's not really taking in the area around him. The only exception is this one beady eye that is almost completely white, except this one tiny pinprick of a pupil that is just veering around wildly. His entire head is tilted so as to let that one bulb. It's like the eye itself has been pushed slightly out of its socket to give it better field of view, and it's just sporadically swiveling around, and it's been moved to the top. He's angling his head so it's on top, so he has a better angle to look around himself. But still, his club is not just its usual old stone self. Now it's been strapped full of various chunks of burning wreckage, lit torches, and even a couple of flasks of oil. It's burning merrily like a mobile bonfire. As you look around, you notice that the goblins that have been following this man, they're quite similarly armed. A lot of torches, more tools than weapons. Hatchets, axes, occasionally mauls, and even hammers and pitons. Some of these windows have been already broken on this northern side, but you notice that every now and then you'll see one of them moving barriers up to the windows and fixing those barriers in place. Like they're trying, like, well, you can probably put two and two together in that regard. Now, I believe at last turn it was in fact Comrade who'd moved up all the way and tried to converse with the fuel-drenched nightmare creature that is the.
Yeah. I ran up and tried to make friends with him because he seems like a cool dude.
as Eris is burning next to you.
Yeah, I am on fire. I do believe so.
Yes.
No,
No.
this is fine.
He's just quietly looking down upon all of you with a mix of almost religious ecstasy and also a unerring sense of self superiority. It's like he's detached from everything around him, but also at the same time just completely indulged in the act of burning things. Now, never mind. I believe you had moved all the way up here on this round, Comrade. Is that correct? It had been a double move?
Yes, I moved the maximum distance that I'm allowed to move. If anything, I overshot it for a good cliffhanger ending.
We can make some small allowances when it comes to the small matter of locomotion. Besides, there's plenty of area around here for brachiation. Besides, it just means you're further away from cover.
Oh, no.
Any other actions before we move on to Carl?
I'll shout at Penny like to get on the floor, and that's what people do when someone's on fire. I saw a video this week of someone on fire, and there was like 6 people chasing him around saying, "Get down on the floor, roll around," and he just wouldn't get down. I would just go and trip him over, which is what you'd have to do.
I guess you're not really thinking clearly.
Would it
if you're
allow
on
me
fire.
a free action of to stop, drop, and roll?
Yes. Dropping prone is always a free action.
Can I also roll
People
around
forget
a bit? That would be very cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll keep it in mind on your next turn, on your turn when you will get to meet your servant.
But no, other than that, I'm happy to end my turn while I think about it. Next turn.
The representative from the ethereal plane has the floor.
Let's see. First, we're going to upheave the damage on the ghost flames, because I'm assuming these goblins aren't dead yet.
Not yet, no. Each one saves. Well, we're off to a rollicking good start. Hang on, let me get the chart. First roll of the night.
Lovely.
And I roll physical dice, so I have no excuse.
You can't blame the dice. Oh, you can if you want to.
Well, you can't.
I bought these dice in a pound bag. They're probably not the best weighted, but I picked them. So where's the other one? Tell you what, they are your flames. So if you would like to roll the D10,000 chart whilst I search for the charts themselves, Carl, you may be my guest.
Did my flames roll badly?
No, the goblins did. It's going to affect the goblins. Don't worry.
Okay. The 1,000 or 10,000?
10,000, please. So what should be a 10,000? Goblin trips over, the sun explodes. Oh dear.
Well, time to play Dachshund.
How intense is the flame? And what kind of fire is it? Like a big engulfing flame, or is it more of like a thin, fierce flame?
That's a good question. Let's read Witch Light. Hot Witch Light is described as similar to Alchemist Fire.
Okay. The result it got was target's blood turns to sand.
Bruh.
Oh.
So the reason I ask is I want to figure out is this hot enough to melt sand?
Well, ghost fires, when they attach to a target, aren't just limited by the burning of the flesh. They can pass through targets and singe and burn their innards. Even better if they go through an orifice.
I'm going to rule that the witch flame kind of arcs its way through the veins into the bone marrow. And what follows is essentially a small contained jet fire explosion as the marrow is flash boiled and the dusty remains jettison through the veins of the shrieking goblin. And the rest of the party, you see as it kind of mules and whines and tries to stagger off the roof as its eyes just slough out of the sockets, and it holds up its quickly scorching hands, and you just see the molten remains of the marrow begin to pour out of every major artery and vein, giving the impression of a full bladder of water that's been punctured in half a dozen places.
Based.
It gives a final go as it splatters across the floor in a heap of kind of wet flesh.
Bruh.
I won't need to roll that ghost flames damage. It will now move towards the nearest target. It does not roll damage again this turn. And now,
Okay.
upkeep on this one.
Oh yeah, draw a second one. Okay, just pass that one. This goblin will hurl itself into this hay bale.
While
Because they're all on the
unfrozen.
behaviour chart, and they're not very smart. They don't really put two and two together. That hay is their idea. I legit rolled. I have a little like sub chart for things done in a panic. So they just thought to themselves, you know what? Hay gets everywhere. That means more surface area, so more more room to smother the flames by rubbing myself against it, and definitely not me turning this place into the world's biggest fucking bonfire.
Hey, soft. If I throw myself down, it will catch me.
Okay. Nails acrobatic check. Easily enough. He does actually make the reflex save to only take half, but he does also take full damage.
He is taking 3 damage.
Oh, how unfortunate for him. He breaks the fall with his neck. he just catches the lip of one of the bales and just crick. Snaps the wrong way, lands in a burning heap.
This flame will begin moving towards a new target. This one's going to move a lot faster than the other one. And now upkeep on this target.
Oh yeah, they go through solid matter, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Okay, I'll need to figure some things in the next turn. But any other actions?
Did you roll the upkeep on this goblin? Did it pass its reflex save to extinguish?
Oh, that one there. Yeah. See. Oh, that one actually does.
Hooray.
It's a Christmas miracle. And what he will do won't be the most critical thing. He's got a big burning light right next to him. He's gonna. He's not high enough level to have multiple attacks, so he might as well move his full range. He will move to here. Okay. Are your witch lights susceptible to being extinguished like a non-magical flame?
The fire effect can be extinguished, but the flame themselves cannot.
Okay. With that in mind, the goblin will take out a little flask, hurl it at the tree branch directly above the witchlight. Will hit the area. And I believe... could you roll a reflex save for the witchlight? This is going to be a strange question, but... it is technically a handled... like... heat source, so it does get a save. I think it would just use your save. Yep. Okay. It's only suppressed, it's not extinguished. As a mix of some kind of fluid just bursts over the witchlight, and you see it kind of flicker, and the heat source kind of prickle slightly, like almost like I'd say almost like a campfire that's been under a rainstorm. Still just about holding on, but it's going to be suppressed for 3 rounds. It will get another save next round, though.
Lovely. It can still move after attacking, or in this case, it attacks, but it still can move.
Yep.
It will start moving.
Put on this little symbol on it.
Okay. We'll start moving in a straight line past the goblin to the other side of the building.
Okay.
As for my character's physical save, I've never used this voice filter properly before, so this will sound awkward for the people at home.
Carl got a voice change, boys and girls.
In the mind of the slime, in the Slimerine, speaking directly to the Irene, she will hear the following sound. Had to turn the proper thing off. You have a collect call from just doctor. Would you accept the charges?
She takes one look at that and just takes a moment. If it wasn't for the people at risk, I would walk away from this city right now. She goes to pick up a hip flask, but unfortunately, due to the ambient heat, it's kind of gotten to a uncomfortable temperature, so is quickly dropped into the underbrush.
The voice repeats. Do you accept the charges?
Say your piece and get out of my sight, you... Ugh.
The voice that starts coming through to her mind does not sound like any of the other characters. Instead, it's similar to the voice that has been speaking to people when trying to be diplomatically impartial.
Oh god.
Whoa. I think you mixed some voices, buddy.
I think something got a
I
little
think you might have turned on 2 of them at once.
It sounds like...
It legitimately sounds like the aneurysm noise.
incomprehensible. Yes, the aneurysm noise.
It's probably a crackling of the effect. 1 second.
Oh no.
You hear that better?
Yep. Seems
It's
Seems to
a
be
little
better.
bit, but it's still
Okay.
difficult to hear or understand.
Okay.
seems
Hello.
learning experience.
Whoa.
Are you the one they call the angry woman?
Are you the one that they call the angry woman?
Yep. Yeah, that'll be me.
The loud one wants you to know the slime is stuck in a bear trap.
What?
The slime is stuck in a bear trap, isn't it?
Oh,
Might want to lower the reverb slightly, or the echo, whatever it is.
yeah. There's a lot of echo or reverb that makes it hard to make out what you're saying. Other than that, it's cool though.
Okay, 1 second. Make a sound effect of prod or Discord in seconds.
I must admit, I had a similar experience when I started trying to use voice
Yeah.
changes. It seems to be.
Okay, good. Is it possible for you to be able to re-summon the stone and bring it back out again?
No, it's
No,
longitudinally.
no.
It doesn't. I turn off whatever does the echo effect, man. It's
Okay.
The one
not
that makes
working
it
out.
sound all wavy.
It doubles over itself.
Yeah,
How's it found now? Better or worse?
I believe better.
It seems to
Sounds
be
about the
better.
same. But
Okay. The filter itself is just doing the thing, but I might just have to brute
Okay, that's
force it.
that's good. That's good.
Okay, there we go. Is it possible for you to be able to re-summon it back to yourself and bring it back out again?
Tell you what, I'll handle this one. She will take out. She will take her hat. She will clench it between her teeth, and the two will swap places. As that is a function of slime twin. However, it does not stop. But that means that this woman's foot is now in a bear trap. Oh, I'll take it from here.
Excellent. Also, the smart one, I'll call him, wants you to know, kill everything. Everything dies, especially the one on the back of the giant troll. Do not be near the troll at any time, but get the man off its back.
Okay, at this juncture, Irene will now notice Pierre dead in a heap underneath the trellisway here. And she'll quite casual, upon seeing this, she'll go quite quiet for a moment, reach down, grab the bear trap, and snap it. Like it's like a child breaking a styrofoam cup.
Mm-hmm. The voice will notice this and say, "Good! That's the motivation he said you'd have."
She'll holster her Zweihander, 5 foot step over, and grab Pierre's golden dog. For those who don't know what a golden dog or a planson is, it's a large two-handed club with a spear point on the end. Oh, you got some bleed through there.
oh,
It picks up the microphone if I move.
Yeah, she'll pick up the golden dog. She looks rather incensed, to say the very least. So, Carl, any other actions this turn?
I was planning this out last session, but I wasn't sure if I had enough connection to move. I think I technically do. Because the question is, how far do I need to be? Which is, I'm very far away from what I want to do. Is there an attempt that I can make as a swift action to try to get Lamar to wake up?
Okay, let's see where Mark
Wouldn't you have
is.
to heal him? Since
He's not
on-
dead. He's just unconscious
He's at 0 hit points, or 1 hit point, I believe.
of non-lethal.
Yeah, still, maybe.
You'd have to get some actual healing into him.
And Penny is in the middle of a dangerous area.
Actually, still got some cover. That
Yeah,
is a
there's a-
fairly tall fountain.
Yeah, and I
It's
can throw
about-
things back. Okay.
She's now prone, so she does actually have quite good cover. The major problem being that being on the back of Gobshite, the cover's
Yes.
not quite tall enough.
He's more above the cover.
The advantage of being an arsonist on a troll's back is that you have an awful lot more reach, meaning Molotovs actually fly further. Gravity's on your side at that height.
I have to strategically think and bring out the notepad that I keep track of my prepared actions on.
Just keep in mind, any action that you take after you've readied an action will cancel that action.
Mm-hmm.
Does maybe Lamarck have healing potions on him?
Everything he has is unmarked.
You could always...
Can roll alchemy or other one.
Yeah, alchemy or arcana would work. Like a perception check at a decent penalty, because you could just kind of run a spectral hand through the bottle and see what it does.
That
in terms
sounds
of
very
feedback.
bad. He's had
There's a very fine
roll-
line between getting that thing, oh, ow, that's healing, and oh, ow, that's a spell designed to, eat tanks.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Arcana roll. He has 2 flasks, yes?
Yes.
Do I need to roll twice to attempt on both?
No, just roll it. If you want to roll it just once, you can. You can be general.
Oh, Lord.
Allowing the just kind of shoving your nose through the glass and sniffing. One of them does smell of almonds, which is usually a bitter almonds is poison. Sweet almonds is the smell of a healing potion. Not a terribly strong one, but it might not be. You don't really need much in this situation.
What of the other potion?
The other potion, you don't know what it does. It smells a bit sulfurous.
Definitely not to drink.
I say that it doesn't seem to have the usual. You know that Lamont has a tendency to put a lanyard or similar on any potion that is to be flung. Kind of makes it into a makeshift sling. And this one doesn't have that lanyard.
Does the other one have the lanyard?
Well, a healing potion is just a regular one with a wide kind of 2-pointed lip at the top of the bottle, like it's designed to be hooked on fingers pouring for a healing potion.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the other one is it's a bit bizarre. It's a squat, square, blue glass flask.
Is there any other identifying markers on the bottle?
Nope. It's a almost completely opaque blue bottle. You can just about see. It could be described as translucent, just about, just because you can get a tiny bit of light through it, but it's very little.
Hans, does your character have a form of healing?
Mine?
Yes. I'm trying to remember if it does or not. I didn't think it did. Combat is definitely out. I don't want to kill this character accidentally.
One thing to consider is that Lamont Mark's body being introduced to positive energy could be hazardous to your own health.
Mm-hmm. That was the other problem.
So it's really a balancing game.
Trying to look through my list.
Other healing options are available for the discerning mage, however, that relies on pre-preparation and budgeting. Or looting.
I'm no thief. I do not steal. That's not going to work unless I get closer.
Has Carl maybe picked up any food that have healing properties throughout this?
That's a good question. Did anything back at the tavern have healing properties?
Considering it was the guild hall thing.
No, not for the most part. They usually only dole out healing potions. They're usually handed out before an official mission, or they are released from the quartermaster. But they're doled out by the quartermaster as is when needed after an attack on the actual venue, which happens with an alarming frequency. To be perfectly honest, the Master Hall gets jumped like once a month.
Let's see here. How tall was this building?
Which one, sorry?
The building that my character's hovering over.
This one here is that is a 1.5 story, so it'd be 15 feet.
That's weird. So I checked, my character flew about 30 feet in the air. How tall are the trees in the local area?
Trees tend to be. They're required to be kept to the height of the tallest building beside them. They actually measure it each year to make sure everyone's keeping it in check. They can be no taller than the tallest building beside them.
And how tall is the building in the center of the map?
That I believe we agreed was a 50-foot building in total.
It was 20.
20. Yeah, that's more than brown actually. Yeah, 20. We said like 20. Yeah, 10 feet to the first mezzanine, to the first trellisway here, and another 10 feet to the top. Sorry, I was thinking like it was the hotel. It's the apothecary shop.
And what is the current conditions of the outdoors? Specifically, how much light is there out, and is it natural light?
The natural light is all but gone at this point. A thick blanket of smog and cinder is coating the sky, and the remaining light is of burning buildings, and occasionally flares being sent up by the various members of the guilds. And every now and then, a burning balloon or a major spell flaring off. You're pretty sure you just saw a district get flame struck by a cleric.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna make a roll for perception. I want to know if I can be able to see this goblin from my current position flying 30 feet in the air. On the back... I can't even get the sentence out. On the back of the Lamarck mobile. That's what we're calling this contraption of rope trick and bastardization of the rope trick mechanic.
Oh shit, that was it. Yeah, I was wondering why I couldn't find Lamarck's icon because I switched him over to Jontron. Now I can't find... Is he on the map? Have I just lost track of him?
I've just been using my character as a track for myself and Lamarck's body.
No, you don't get off that easily.
No, I don't think you dropped him down.
There he is. There he is.
Where...
Let me switch that over to your control. Because it's set to the new set 9 by default.
It's so hard to see. It's so hard to see on the building.
Yeah, that's the downside. But say la vie. So we put the nameplate on, makes it easier.
Okay.
Hang on, let me make it easier to see.
What? Hold on, where is he actually?
Finally. Sun broke on Jontron.
I feel like if John Jafari was to ever watch this secondhand, he'd be like, "Why the fuck did you make this character look like me?"
I don't know, John. Why did you make a skip where you were in a noose?
Yeah,
he looks like a caterpillar in the tree.
The fucked up part is that Lamarck's not even being hung.
The very Hungarian caterpillar. Finally got to make that joke. Finally. I've been waiting a long time for that one.
That's morbid, Bill. That's very morbid.
It's not morbid, it's perfectly fine. He is fine. He's having a grand old time in that noose.
37 perception to see 60 feet around me.
As you float above, like, do. Yes, you consider yourself the UAV of the team.
Do I get to use Lamarck's ability of his eyes while he's unconscious?
You just hold his
Yes,
eyes
but
open.
it only has a 30 feet of good like blind sense, and out of that, out to 60 feet, you can kind of get like a hazy response. You get kind of a yes and no.
Do I need to use his eyes, or can I still be able to use my own sight?
You can use your own sight just about.
Okay. Are we using his 30 feet of blind vision as a detective zone?
You got to think of the noose as the sonar.
You have to curl him around in circles.
He's not. No, we're not. We're not doing the situation of like my family goes to my funeral and they find the tomb empty, and instead the Space Jam theme starts playing and I swing from a noose from the ceiling fan.
No, it's just you on
That green
the
text.
fan that is on.
Oh, Lord.
Swinging around.
You see a helicopter with just three Jontrons for rotors, and all you hear is down now, down now, down now. Can we get people out there at home? Can we get Fortunate Son, but every single musical instrument is just Jontron voice noises?
And like every other beat is just
Exactly. Imagine on the horizon.
every time he fucking kills a goblin, just goblins. Oh my god! Oh my god, I can't breathe. Okay, 37. Can I see this goblin from my position?
You can see the goblin. You don't like him.
Oh lord.
You can pretty much see all of the goblins, with the exception of like these in this little nook here, and that one. You can see these guys pretty much.
Okay.
Take a moment to compose yourself.
For movement, does the slime count as having moved since she has switched places?
No.
In the area that I
You
have
can do it as an immediate action, in fact.
In the area about which I've seen, are there any visible bear traps that I notice in the area?
None. The ones at the top there were probably just to cut off that one because there are. There's also another batch at this one. Where is my paint tool gone? Fuck's sake! Oh yeah, it's right here. Basically, if it's a change in elevation, they have put bear traps near it.
Okay. Assuming
Not on the rooftops though. They want to keep. They've also in the case of the other steps, they have also oiled the steps.
Interesting.
That makes sense. Oiled steps and then you fucking flip yourself into a bear trap. Trying to keep
Well,
it
it depends.
And then they light a match.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. I'm like, it's probably more like oil, as not grease, but actual lighter's oil. Although,
Oh no, it's
lighter's oil can be
oleum.
slippery.
It's oleum. It's bad. It's bad for these bears. You get set on fire if you slip on that shit, get in a bear trap, and then get set on fire. It's gonna hurt.
And how high up is? I'm assuming this is the top of a grain silo. If it's not like a circle-shaped building.
That appears to be a converted grain silo. It does have a storage unit up top by the looks of things, but this is primarily used as kind of a grocer's. It even says on a sign on the outside, which is now a bit scorched, it says the Old Mill Grocers.
How high up is this building?
That building's a full 30 feet to the roof. and the roof at its peak is 40 feet.
And was she on top of the building?
Yes.
That's right. She is that good.
Irene can jump. She's a medium armor's white-handed build. She has to be able to.
I guess, Bill, you could say
that white women can jump.
I don't understand this.
No one's gonna get that ref. Okay, I got a point out. The White Men Can't Jump movie came out. When was that fucking flick out?
old.
must
That's
have been, like,
old.
93 or maybe 89, somewhere in that vicinity.
Oh, that's much older than me, so...
92. I was 1.
Yeah. I was 2.
I was none.
I wasn't even alive. I was still in my daddy's ball sack.
As I say, most of you were not even an itch yet.
Sorry, my mom was 10 then.
I often think about how I missed.
Don't think.
I'm often sad about how I missed the fall of the Soviet Union on the news when I was a child, but I was a child. Do you know what I mean? So I was watching Power Rangers instead.
Yeah.
It's like walking in at the end of it's like walking in at the end of a film, and you wonder, no, if that was worth watching.
The goblin. How damaged does it look? Because I know it took damage the first time I summoned the flames, but it didn't quite die.
The one here, over here in the
Yes.
corner?
Yes.
He's a bit singed, but you notice he's not as hurt as he was last turn.
Interesting. Let's see here. What do my character want to do? Even though my character is not walking, I'm going to consider that he doesn't have normal flight, that he has the same limitations of normal movement, so 30 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I will slightly lower elevation from, well, actually, no. I will increase then decrease upon the limit of 15 feet here to then 15 feet here, to the point that it's hovering above the building but out of sight of the arsonist.
Okay.
Using the roof for cover.
Good pick. You should be able to move Jontron around at your leisure.
Not a phrase.
It's like
you
someone
hear
tearing
that often.
canvas. MG42, but just Jontron noises instead of firing noises.
Just Mark's unconscious like this, and he's just cartoonishly sleeping, like...
It's just ragdolling around, just bumping into things.
God damn it, where's my magic missile? Oh, I just have to click the whole thing. Okay. Oh, I will attempt magic missile at this goblin from my elevation.
Okay, roll your d4s.
Okay. How many d4s is the question? Am I assumptively under the effect of being a 3rd level sorcerer or a 1st level sorcerer?
I believe... How many levels of Eidolon do you have?
I currently have 1.
And the rest are just racial levels, aren't they?
Yes, Ghost and the level of Legendary Sorcerer.
Okay.
Which does give me access to 2nd level spells.
Oh, yeah, because the Eidolons are... So, oh, yeah, because Eidolons are stacks with levels. Yeah, I think you count as level 3.
Did I find my goddamn shit? Here we go.
Yeah, I forgot Eidolons are stacks levels.
Let's see here. 1d4 to 2 levels past first, so 2, 1, plus 1.
I think level 3 brings up to 2d4.
Mm-hmm. There we go. 9.
Oh, you might as well have just run up behind him with a gat. You roll up on the block. Okay, you successfully roll up on the block and let the 40 bang. One in the gut, one in the chest.
Just
And
see
you
him.
core his poor little torso fairly simply.
Just see him from the roof. Ow! Goblins! I don't like them! Sling!
As he tries to put some space between the invading humans and himself, his back's turned to you. Both rounds arc out and one hits low on his left-hand side, one hits high on his right. So one round goes for his kidney, the one goes for his liver, and his body's kind of twisted in an awkward angle as both rounds burst through the spine. And push most of his is because it is force damage, which is just raw kinetic damage. It goes a good way to jettisoning most of his bodily interior, shall we say.
Laid out in the streets like a true godbuster.
It very much it's like a rodent that's been hit with a cart.
It's like the old death effect of the goblin Diablo 2. Complete sound effect. Just a spray pattern of blood in the direction of the force damage.
I'm sorry, I've never played Diablo 2. I don't own a phone.
He does a flip. Blood cartoonishly sprays on the ground.
Okay.
Does he die immediately?
Oh yeah, he hits the deck. He's completely inert. He doesn't get a chance.
Let's see here. Slight move backwards.
All of his internal organs have been pushed out. He's been basically turned into a tube of toothpaste. What more do you want from the poor bastard?
I was gonna have her comedically jump down on top of him and have the gloom say, "You just got sniped the fuck out!"
There's another one there, you know.
I know there is.
Just Goomba stomp him, but you might have to go for a bush to do it.
I'm assuming she's in her power stance, and if she's not, I move her to her power stance as well.
Don't forget, this Slimerine does have slime-like qualities. She is not like a completely solid mass. It will essentially be a 185-pound trifle being dropped onto a goblin from a height of about 50 feet up.
Would it also become engulfed and drown?
I think the bigger issue is hydraulic shock.
Giant object comes flying in from an aggregate degree of, let's see, as a parabolic arc. Let's just assume that it starts out as a 30 and then it's a 90. It's getting dropped on by a woman. Just getting stomped on isn't the problem. It's a giant weapon she's going to clean in half with.
But in this case, which is just a massive chunk of solidified slime, like material.
Plus, if anything
Essentially
else,
a gigantic chunk of cartilage.
plus, if anything else, it just helps cushion her fall. Also, the injury of her leg, is that going to be a detriment to her movement?
She was limping for the first step, but she shook it off by the second.
Okay. I'm going to do a running leap with her extreme acrobatics to perform a charge attack on this goblin jumping from the roof.
Okay, roll a d20. Don't roll one.
14.
Yeah, that's fatal. Yeah, it's well within range. Okay, and go ahead and roll another d20 for the attack.
Okay.
Best thing is, he's behind cover. So he doesn't see this coming.
Oh, Lord,
no.
why?
Okay, I need to number crunch a few things.
Oh, also
I believe
Aiden.
Pathfinder goblins are primarily dex-based.
Aiden, do you have plans on what to do on your turn?
Nope. I have not really thought about, well,
Have a thunk.
yeah.
You managed to miss the goblin.
It's wild.
Will it get shell shocked from something landing
Well,
next to it?
This means the attack misses is also the bigger issue. Could you roll me a siege engineering check, or an engineering check, or an int check?
Int check?
Yes.
Basically, d20 plus
just a
your
flat-
int modifier.
Yep. This is essentially an untrained siege engineering roll. I'm very meticulous with these kinds of things. If an object is large enough and dropping from a height, enough of a height that it is treated as a projectile, it requires a siege engineering roll. It does make this. It makes the skill a bit more feasible.
11.
Don't worry, you only need to hit DC 10. As you turn Slimerine into essentially a trebuchet shell. Well,
Like I did last time, with less kinetic energy.
okay, 50 feet up, so 5d6. Draw me 5d6, please.
5d6. 13.
Okay, yeah, that's handy enough. Oh yeah, that's a lot of that. As the goblin is turned in, well, it looks very much less like a goblin and more like Slimerine has just trodden in something.
Do I need to roll on the curse chart because it hit 1?
No, it's d6.
Okay.
If I made you roll on the d10,000 chart for every single dice roll that was a 1, the game would be nothing but goblins with 1d2 damage forks. And I would just wait until if I wanted to be competitive, I'd just wait until it killed the sun. Also, I've got a wish come through. There, and you find something else on the mark.
Oh.
Something you've overlooked.
Just start randomly patting his hands around until I find it.
Yep, it is on the backside. It is his lunch pouch.
What is the container? What does the container's dimensions consist of visually?
It is a. It is a. Ooh, yeah. You
got... Justin from Mechanic is on duty for 20, saying, as punishment for not thinking about your actions during other people's turns, there is now a certain action if any player character does, will cause an explosion. DM to follow.
Oh no!
Wow. It's funny you mentioned that.
I'm just listening. I'm
Mechanic is on duty because you aren't the only one to have a explosive interjection.
Oh god.
On this. Yes, ma'am.
I'm very sorry.
It's okay. It's also but I didn't think I
Lunchbox
explained
is
this
a
once we got on when we got onto the stream, but I'm absolutely so freaking tired. I am I'm struggling to stay awake in general. So sorry if I'm not the most entertaining today. Sorry, guys.
The case is a Pyrex glass case with little latches. On the inside appears to be a small bottle of some kind of, basically some kind of liquid, a banana, and something wrapped in a thin sheet of tin foil.
Open the tin foil away from lines of light. And then look with the fungus eyes.
It is a sandwich.
Knowledge Arcana and the banana, the potion, and the sandwich. I'm not taking risks here.
Okay. It is a sandwich made of what appears to be some kind of processed lunch meat, Edam cheese, and a quite brightly orange butter. Might be a local brand. The crust has been cut off.
Is it actually butter, or is it a fungus that looks like butter?
The crusts have been cut off. The edges have been crimped. The fork, by looks things. The
man made his own fucking Uncrustable Smuckers? What the fuck?
But with spam. The bottle appears to be a bottle of some kind of fruit juice. And the banana. Well, it was the banana 17 and 21.
I take the 21 for the banana.
Okay.
It's a banana.
Okay.
Banana.
There is some kind of residual magical energy in the banana.
Am I able to detect what kind of is if I was willing to use detect magic on it?
Yep, but it would eat the standard action this turn.
I've already used my standard action. I'm just asking ahead of time.
Okay. Upon further inspection with that high roll, you notice that a very thin hole has been cored out of the banana, seemingly all the way through, and some kind of gel has been inserted.
Does this gel look like a fungus?
No, it's too clear for that.
What kind of roll would I need to detect what the gel is?
Alchemy or cookery?
Alchemy. Is that profession again?
Yes.
Craft
It's
alchemy,
wisdom.
I believe.
Craft alchemy is int, and profession cook is wisdom.
So it would be that plus my int modifier?
Yes.
Okay.
Like caffeine, high fates.
Oh yeah, right. Didn't we have a curse where it said a specific amount of bananas on this island is explosive?
Lord. D20 plus 2 plus 4. Make sure I have that in the correct syntax. 23.
Okay. It's got some kind of gelatin in the middle.
Do I even dare attempt to risk finding out what it is by force? I don't know if I do.
In the middle of a combat situation. Oh, hey, I found this guy's lunch. Fucking sweet.
It's like, he might be hungry.
Shovel an Uncrustable in Jontron's sleeping mouth.
Hold on to the
Drive back up in the tinfoil, leave it in one of the nearby roofs. It will be cooked by the time you get back.
So
Is
I'll
the
be
building-
right back.
Is the building in front of me currently on fire? Anywhere?
It's hard to tell. There's so much smoke, it's very hard to tell. But I believe that you believe this area around is as yet unburned.
Okay. Close up the lunchbox. Carry it in one hand, carry it in one hand.
I need to quickly restart my... keep going, I need to quickly restart my Roll20 because it's doing that fucky thing where it assumes every click's a right click.
Okay. He'll take the banana in one hand, he'll close up the lunch pail in the other hand, and he'll put his arms at his side. Like he's a little boy going to school. It's like, I'm a brave boy.
Neri,
Yes.
you're up.
Okay. Inside the gobblers are still just trying to break down the door, right? But none of them are inside.
None are inside yet.
All right. Well, we should probably, I guess, try to, I guess, like push some of the doors or some of the tables and chairs and stuff towards the entrances to kind of, if that hasn't already been done. I don't try to get the twins to help.
It's fairly well barricaded thus far.
Okay. So if it's already barricaded, then I guess we just well, I guess I'll ask. Do you think of any traps or anything that we could make to use to our advantage, since they are trying to get in here apparently? Probably the stone back room there is the safest place to be, so we can fall back to there. But
That's the plan.
let's see. I don't know how to make any kind of traps. It seems like something that you kids might be familiar with, knowing how to do.
Way ahead of you.
Ah, okay.
You look up and you notice that the chandeliers have been rigged already, and a lot of the windowsills have been covered in broken glass and glued into place with pine tar.
All right.
Behind you, there's a massive wall of various different apothecary supplies.
Well, I guess I just ask. What are any of these healing potions, things that we could use, or other things that we could use for combat?
Your guess is as good as mine. I'm not a chemist.
Nor am I.
He says whilst he's reloading one of the barrels of his pepper box.
Would a survival check maybe help with being able to like just determine if any of them are health potions?
Yeah, survival, alchemy, or herbalism.
Okay. Dang.
None you recognise. You're not familiar with the local fauna at all.
Okay. Well, well, yeah, I'm stumped. I have no clue what any of this is. All right then. If there's nothing else that I can see to do, to help fortify the bar, if they've already kind of got that taken care of, I'm not sure what else I should do then. Is there anything that you guys can think of that I can help with? Because we probably don't have much time left before they start getting in.
Grab whatever you can to make the first couple ranks really suffer.
Oh, I don't normally use weapons except for these, and I'll pull up my crabs.
You've got a pair of lobsters duct taped to your hands.
Yes.
There are a bunch of potions in there as well.
Yeah, but I don't know what they are, and I don't want to take any chances. I'm guessing I so little don't know what they are that there's nothing that would even be easily recognizable, like something with a skull on it, you know?
There are a number of different colours of glassware. It's a clear, a blue, an orange, and a green.
Well, I guess I'll just take them for now. See if we can find someone who can identify them later.
Okay.
So you said it's colors were there again? Give them
Clear.
back if we don't end up needing them.
There's clear glass,
Okay.
blue, orange, and green. There are also a number of kegs and strange canisters.
Look, I'm all about getting fucked up, but I don't know if this is the opportune time.
If you have any knowledge engineering or any kind of knowledge skills at all, you may roll them if you so desire.
I don't know. The only knowledge skills I have are geography, history, and local. Oh, and nobility. I forgot. So, I don't think any of those would... Local might help. Oh. Dang.
Not sure off the top of your head, but it looks fairly involved stuff. These appear to be under pressure.
Oh, okay. Well. Yeah, I won't know what to do with that then if I don't know what's inside it or what we could use it for. So.
Alternatively, you might be able to prepare an action to charge any of the goblins in case they come into the.
Yeah,
shop.
that's probably a good idea. Yeah, I'll just get ready then. Can I make a perception check to see like where they seem to mostly be trying to come from, or like if any of the windows look like it's a little bit less sturdy than the others?
East side seems to be fairly clear now, by comparison. The north is still a large number of them, and now some of the windows are barred but not completely barricaded, and through that you can see the looming form of Gobshite.
I don't know if that one's been read out yet, but just in 20 from Zama is saying, teleport Aiden outside. Stop being a wuss. Get in there.
Oh yeah, you're a member of the cult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pick a spot out. Pick a spot outside that can be no further away from an enemy than you are now. So it has to be within 15 feet of an enemy.
Telefragging allowed.
Yes.
Right
I
here.
mean, last time it
Telefrag-
was telefragging.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna. If I can telefrag, I'm gonna telefrag this guy right here. I have to choose the location. To just
Is that
appear as
one
a big,
alive?
heavy rock person.
He seems
Is
to
it
be on the
alive?
ground stunned.
Oh, is it dead? Sorry.
Oh no, there's like...
To zoom in.
I wouldn't say
Oh.
dead, stunned.
Wouldn't
I
that
would
also
just-
mean
I-
she could be over here? Because it's 15
Yes.
feet from an enemy.
As long as she is 15 feet or closer to an enemy, it is an acceptable location.
If I were
So you
you,
can-
Aiden, would telefrag this one and be within 15 feet of the one on the wall, so you can move away from Gobshite and move around in tactical formation.
If you telefrag someone, that counts as being close to them. So you don't need to. If you can telefrag someone, if it would leave you 15 feet further away or further away than the next goblin.
I could probably tell you this through the psychic network, but if you were to teleport or be here,
She's not
you
in the
would
psychic
be-
network.
I see.
Dang.
Lamarck took her place. She has been dropped from the family plan.
Out of
Dang.
character, there might be some danger of collateral damage in that area.
Okay. Well, alright, let's try to telefrag here then.
Okay. Could you roll me a CMB check, please?
Your
You are very, very lucky.
Yay.
So close to being a even number. So both of you would have taken damage.
Also, I will just give this one comment from Zalmut. Don't think, fight, win.
Let's go.
Okay.
Sure thing, boss. I'll try my best. Let's go. Punch.
Okay. As the goblin explodes in a shower of gore,
Yay.
you're left outside to the confusion of all involved. As you literally emerge fists first through the goblin's ribcage,
How are
leaving
you?
its
to make a free
remains kind
intimidate
of
from that?
smeared across you.
Okay. Did that count as a movement or anything? It just
No.
happened.
That's divine
Okay.
mandate. Divine mandates do not take an action.
Alright then. I'm going to right, so this one's dead. But this one is these are all right. Okay. Alright, I'll take a 5-foot step then I guess. Let's move over to this guy. I'm gonna actually kick right in his stupid little head. Just step on him. Oh wait, that's damage. Hang on. Ignore that.
It's attack as well.
Is it?
it's
Does
all
it have the
involved- it's
attack on
all
it as well?
included.
Yeah, it does. Okay, cool.
Okay. You literally just walk through him.
Hell yeah.
There's a horrible, sickening crunch noise, like when you tread on a particularly large insect.
Oof.
It's like throwing a rotisserie chicken directly into a concrete floor.
Bruh.
Like full strength, just hurling it.
And then I'm just gonna point at this one over here. Is he alive, or did he survive, or is he pretty much
He
out?
did not survive.
All right. I'll just point at this one. You. Is it, I think that's intimidate.
Yep, roll it. Where's the intimidate? He is frightened. He's scared.
Real scared. You're next, or else you can run away now. And I think that's all I'm gonna do for my turn then. I did. One of them got crushed by divine fury, and I think that's
The frequency with which people are getting telefragged is a little concerning.
Slowly turning into a projectile.
Slowly turning into a game of Quake.
Let's go.
Speaking of Quake, speaking of games that run on Windows 95, here comes Chessman.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna whisper to Dave. All right, Dave, I want you to throw the fuse bomb at the lady with the club about to charge in.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
All right, on your mark.
Get set.
Go. And Dave will throw the fuse bomb at the lady. Should be in range.
Okey-dokey.
And it's a touched attack, and I believe she's flat-footed against it because I'm in stealth.
What's it crit on?
Would Dave gain benefits from my abilities, or would he run off of his own?
Well,
for me, it would be 19 to 20 times crit.
I'll surrender with that.
That's the ability.
That's a threat. Okay, is this an AoE or a splash?
It's an AoE.
How wide a blast?
20 feet.
Okay. Uggs is going to attempt a smash from the air.
Would he be able to do that if he's flat-footed against it?
Oh shit, yeah, he's flat-footed. I'll quickly double check. No, as I didn't give I spent all my feats making unarmed improvised weapons do more damage rather than getting combat reflexes like a smart person.
Wait. Does that confirm?
It confirms.
So the base damage is 3d6 bludgeoning and 3d6 fire.
I see.
Yeah.
Roll them.
Yep. Slash First one's bludgeoning.
Never go through with a plan to give him improvised weapon mastery. That times 3 crit's too dangerous.
That is... I'm not sure if that roll's correct. Oh wait, it only did 66.
Another 66, because I think I forgot the plus.
Another one.
I didn't have the plus.
Well.
Oh well, it's the same.
I should. I think it probably is like around.
I should mention
it
does.
Numbers.
They do get a save, a reflex save.
Okay, that's good.
DC 18.
Excellent, make it. Oh yeah, fucking. Oh dear. If people were inside, they'd be able to see this goblin gets splattered across the windows. One's dead. That one's shaken. So that one will pass. Not the. Okay, I'm going to level with you. Most of these goblins have got like between 6 and 10 hit points.
Vaporized.
Mushy even.
Yes.
So what about Gobshite? Does he hit the reflex? And Mr. Guy over there.
Mr. Guy will kind of pivot himself, grab hold of a anchor point that's been kind of bolted into Gobshite's flesh, and throw all of his weight back, kind of twisting the troll, and kind of shoving him into a position of cover behind the fountainhead. As the blast is struck here, meaning it was wedged low. You've just witnessed the arsonist has evasion. Gobshite does not. But what the arsonist does have is mounted combat.
Fuck's sake.
As you just witnessed a man unironically jink a troll. And jink is, in fact, a technical term and not a racial slur, as I had once thought.
Although, one thing that may help with this is that it would still probably distract him ever so slightly.
You want to roll a bluff, you may, as that is a distraction with alchemical advantage.
All right.
People forget, the Giant Slayer's Handbook introduced a bunch of rules for distracting people or pretending to not be a danger to them. Because 90% of fighting... Ooh.
15.
Ooh, he seems pretty distracted.
Very nice. I shall use this opportunity to set about them. So, moving in, out of stealth, I will attempt to disarm this goblin.
Who has survived.
Yes, but I'm pretty sure is still flat-footed against this.
Yep, because there's blood pissing out of both of her ears.
So it would be against flat-footed CMD. As I extend myself, lunge at her, and swing my S-stock at her weapon arm, and I rake it back in an attempt to just tug it away from her.
That barbed hook is pretty much perfectly suited for that.
Yes.
Why did it roll 2 d20s on the graphic?
I do not know. It says it's just one, though.
Never know.
It's a little weird sometimes. Does that succeed?
Jesus Christ, your modifier is nasty. Yep, that will succeed handily.
Baz was originally a disarm build. And because I've got what's the name of it again? Spring attack, I can move another 5 feet forward, and I will attempt to make a cold shot against Gobshite with the anti-magic S-stock.
Okay.
I will be targeting the possessed eye. Also, as a swift action, I switched to the rebellious totem, which interferes with any possession or controlling effects. So, I'll factor in the penalties for the cold shot on my end. This is against flat-footed AC. Bada bing.
Okay. Let's see. Where's the average troll? Obviously, Gobshite's a bit tougher, but...
Oh, it also ignores 2 points of AC, because it's an S-stock.
Okay. Righty-dokie. As you thrust forward with the S-stock, this is one that just has a attack. It has the attack-based one. Could you roll me a will save, please? This is not a control effect. This is a transmutation effect.
Ah. Very well. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to expend my martial focus to take a 13 on this for a total of 18.
Okay. The world goes black. And is replaced with a searing pain wrapping through your entire skull. You feel the S-stock glance off of something.
Mm-hmm.
But, Han, you are now blind.
I see.
Everyone else, you see Baz lunge. Not sure if I can't speak if you would yelp or cry out or similar, but suddenly begin flailing around, kind of uncoordinatedly.
Would this also shut off blind sight?
Yes. As this directly alters your vision options.
I see.
If it's a hole in your head and it's not used for, consuming food or hearing, it does not function.
A quick question. Since this is a magical effect, would the anti-magic S-Stock provide a bonus against this test? Because I think we discussed that it worked similar to Mage Bane.
It would work with like Mage Killer. Unfortunately, that means it wouldn't provide a bonus. It would just allow it to slip through magical defense. Now, if you're willing to scrape at your own face with it, we could talk.
Yes. But I
That
feel
would
like
require getting past the plate. That would require removing your helmet.
Yes, and also probably not being mid-combat while performing surgery on yourself.
Yeah, with a device designed to perform judicial dueling rather than surgical tool.
Yeah, it's not exactly built for that. Let me quickly look up what the Rebellious Totem does. Let's figure out how this would interfere.
If you have any effects that trigger by supernatural effects, they would trigger in this case, though.
All right. So for the Rebellious Totem, it would interfere with charm and compulsion magic, as well as other powers that let casters enforce their will on others. Which means they have to make a magic skill test against my magic defense, or have their control be suspended.
To play it safe, because transmogrification effects like this are kind of, technically speaking, willpower. What's your defense?
Let me quickly check it out. It's been a while since I looked at this.
What is on doing?
Also, the last thing you see before it goes black, unless does actually nullify this, is the eye goes the pupil dilates completely to the point where the bulging eye is completely black, except for a few pinpricks of light, almost like stars.
Fuck's sake.
Would Aris see this even from the prone position, considering Gobshite is tall?
Yes, the eyeball in this case is about the size of a small, like that size of a volleyball.
Can I roll anything on that? Seeing
Arcana, planes,
okay.
anything to do with weirdo wiggle slinger shit.
Okay, I probably cannot use detect magic.
That's everyone. Spoken of you got him. This is a obvious magical effect, so it would not need detect magic.
Okay.
It would just need a Arcana or Spellcraft.
No, I did the wrong roll.
Arcana 26.
My magic skill defense would be 16. I will also roll Arcana.
Yeah, sorry, Han, that's a nat 18.
No worries.
Okay. Han,
Yes.
you don't know what that was, but that was definitely, because luckily Arcana also covers astrology. That was several constellations, but all of them were different in small ways, like they'd been shuffled around. Like the position of the position of them is wrong. Like they'll be and they are intersected in strange ways. To give an example, a constellation like the Rabbit Prince, for instance, it doesn't even have a head, let alone that of an actual like rabbit.
All right. I think that will be it for Baz's turn then. Or would other people gain any more knowledge from this, like Eris?
It's 26.
26, yeah, handily. What kind of check is that, Eris?
Arcana.
Arcana. You know what that is, because that is quite a high roll. You have just witnessed an Akashic effect manifest.
What does that mean?
Someone
I'm confused
has
out of character.
Okay, Akashic in the context of this game, Akashic veils are they're similar to vestiges for pact magic, where with vestiges, they are a tiny chunk of a person who has passed on and they've left behind due to some kind of action they've taken, either a magical ritual or some kind of great deed for good or ill, and that's left behind like an after image of them in the realm. In the case of veils, they are artifacts that they physically embody some concept. For instance, the quickening, which is what Baz's veil is. It manifests in his spine and skull and makes that so I believe he just cannot be killed unless he is decapitated.
Yes.
Give an extreme example. Now, the one you saw, you're not quite sure, but the way it manifested, it wasn't so much a transmutation effect as if reality itself was being rewritten in the vicinity around Gobshite.
So I take it's not very much so timey-wimey bullshit, maybe, but...
No.
Considering I have the water zodiac, could this be used to maybe help me head into the right direction, considering this happening? Basically, it says you occasionally just know things that you shouldn't and can deduce things that others would never have guessed. Basically like a guiding thingy.
Real quick, Bill. How close would I have been to making the save, or was I quite far off?
You're quite a little ways away, I'd say. What was the end roll?
It was 18 on the will save. But if it was like one off, then there may have been a way that I would have.
You were 3 off, unfortunately.
Yeah, then that probably
this was a high. This was a high DC. Whatever is controlling Gobshite has got quite a lot of oomph behind it. And Penny, Eris gets a kind of construct lurched into her brain, and actually with your moonstruck eyes, it's far easier to see. Well, someone is bleeding audio really badly. Mark, you think your train's going by? Okay, there is the veil kind of lurches into your mind. This idea of these different constellations of a night sky that is shifting wildly, with different stars just appearing, disappearing, and melt, and to the point where eventually they just melt from the sky and pour into a boiling ocean. This is a veil known as galactic mentality. It literally allows someone to warp reality with knowledge checks. It is to put it in layman's terms, it is a weaponized form of the Mandela effect.
Oh. Someone just fucking Mandela versus eyes that exist.
Yes, in this case, you know the precise effect. Grendels don't have dark vision. In fact, they don't have eyes at all.
What the fuck is your character again? Is it like part Grendel? I heard you say yes from the other room.
Yes.
It's a half
troll.
Goblin? Oh, a troll. Yeah, half troll, half.
Goblin.
Yeah.
So someone just rewrote his gene pool from that.
Someone rewrote his species' history. His genome has been rewritten.
They just shuffled which genes are dormant and which are dominant.
His DNA was unraveled and re-raveled.
Yeah.
Now, you know from knowledge of this that this is not necessarily a permanent effect, and they usually only last 24 hours. But that's 24 hours where he does not have eyes or a nose, and only really has stumps of ears.
I see.
Damn. I don't know what to do. I take there isn't any real ways to reverse it.
Any kind of transmutation effect, like alter self or alter other. You could change him to another form. That would work. Alternately, remove blindness would still work. Or any effect that grants dark vision would work as well. Because that is granting the vision type.
That is out of my leagues. I apologize.
Really have to wait for Lamarck to get up. Seems up
To
his
get down,
wheelhouse.
you mean?
Yeah.
There are other, though his ears do work, and he has other forms of. He can still. There are other methods by which to kind of perceive the world. Though being next to the fountain does make it a bit difficult because there is that trickle of water, and then there's the roar of flames in the distance. Here's a so unfortunately, well, you do get a mischance 50-50. High or low, Han?
Aye.
You know what? You roll it. I want to be fair on this one. We'll still hit then. As you hear a horrid, high-pitched shriek from the lumbering troll before you, sort of reverberates around the inside of your armor.
Sorry, Gobshite.
Just the bellowing of it, and it being so close, and that horrible resonating pitch, it shakes the inside of your armor.
Could I attempt, weird as it is circumstantially, to make some kind of a diplomacy check geared towards Gobshite in an attempt to help him snap out of it?
You may.
Can I aid? Possibly?
Gobshite, you have to wake up, buddy.
Wake up.
You're not
wake up,
yourself when
wake
you're
up,
hungry.
Oh no! Roll
Here
it!
we go.
Oh.
Get motivated, okay?
You know what? When you're hungry, says the man about to be grabbed and eaten.
67-25.
Okay, you got two options. Either target's items are evenly distributed among those nearby. Calm yourself down, Mark.
Disgusting.
or target suffers from a disfiguring pox, but his teeth are immaculate.
Yeah, I'll go with that one.
Understandable. You are, part trolled. Everything will grow back if it drops off.
Don't worry, it grows on you.
I hope it doesn't grow on us either, though.
She had the love. Alright. Oh, I had a quick question. Any of the goblins that got killed, did any of them have, like, 2 hit dice? Or more?
If they have... Okay, the cartoony ones that I've been using up to this point have 1 hit dice, for the most part. The ones with weapons have 2.
Alright. Now, for the purpose of the effect that the quickening grants you power for killing creatures, would it count as me having killed them, or just, like, Dave?
Dave threw the bomb.
Alright.
The quickening pretty much requires you kill them personally. If it was Leaden Hyena, like right up to spare, that would work because it is all about bad manners and being a horrific asshole. The quickening is about mono, immortal v immortal combat, throwing hands.
Yes. Alright, I think that would be it for Baz's turn then.
By the way, you nearly knocked... You very nearly put poor Gobshite in traction with that hit.
Jesus.
You're up to his eye pretty bad.
Oh, out of curiosity, Bill, did that qualify for massive damage on the troll?
Not massive damage, it was close though.
Alright.
So you still have to hit 50 to trigger massive damage. Actually, no, I'd repeal that law.
I thought it was 50%.
Yeah, 50%.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough to get that, but it was not far off.
Gotcha.
Well, that way. Okay. Any other actions, Han?
No, that'll be it.
Eris,
Yep,
you're on fire.
I am, and I'll be rolling.
Roll that reflex save.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
There is a pool of water nearby.
Yeah, but I'm already prone. I don't think I can just get up and jump into the water. Unless I can, then maybe.
You could attempt to jump from prone, or anything that could drag you to that position could work.
If I call out to Baz, could he do so? Knowing my voice
You
is
have
from-
telekinesis, so you might just be able to, like,
Oh, I can just
bring the
drag
water
myself
to yourself.
inside.
Or just drag the water to yourself and use it to extinguish
yeah.
yourself.
Yeah,
You don't have tactile telekinesis. You have just straight up telekinesis. You can just funnel it.
I have telekinetic fighting telekinesis thing. Okay, then I'll just. I believe I can move up to 130 pounds of water if I want to.
Yeah. Do
So-
you have to roll a concentration check since you're on fire, or is it just innate?
I don't.
It's an 8.
Oh, bargain.
And I do believe
Yep.
that it's not an action either. So I believe moving the spear is not an action since I use telekinesis for that.
Yep. I'll allow it. You're already prone, so you're going to have to take an action to stand up anyway, so...
I'll just.
But I'm gonna require roll a d20 roll just to
Cool.
see how, because you're under duress. Let's see how precise you are. You might accidentally bull rush yourself.
4.
Looks like someone's getting accidentally bull rush. Roll your own CMB.
What does that mean?
Well, roll your CMB as if using telekinesis. You've accidentally thrown too much water at yourself.
I'm waterboarding
So you-
myself. 18. Did I
Oh
do
damn!
well?
Okay.
Am
your
I doing well
intelligence
waterboarding
bonus to this.
myself?
Add your bab, which I think would be 1 at this point. And
It's
check.
plus intelligence for her, so...
yeah,
Plus
and you're in.
5. Then
What's your CMD?
12. Am I waterboarding myself?
And better than that, and I'm gonna roll a d8 in the open.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I
Your
wash
bull rushed.
myself away?
Your bull rushed that direction.
Whoosh. Can I reflex roll to grab the spear as I get washed away?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I believe. Okay.
And yes, you could abuse this for movement.
13.
Yep. And
Just start surfing around.
you could spec into serving.
Can I
Still.
use that momentum to spear someone?
Most of the ones here are dead, unfortunately.
This
But you
one
could go through the
isn't.
wind. Oh, true. Can you reach that one?
I have 15 feet of telekinesis.
Yep. You could. And she's disarmed.
And it is Morg of Iron.
You might still be distracted from the fuse bomb as well.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Also, I wonder what might have distracted her. Oh yeah, hitting it with a fucking frag grenade.
I take this
By
will
check.
not give me the attack of opportunity thing. Because I have a bonus if it's attack
no.
of opportunity.
No. It has to be something she's doing that provokes a free attack for it to do that.
Okay.
You might get +1 from high ground,
18. I do believe she would be flat-footed, as what the fuck's happening?
Yeah, she hasn't had a. Oh no, she has had her turn before, but she's not been disarmed. I'll go roll on effect, and she rolled below 10, so yeah, she is still flat-footed. Yes.
Very cool. Also, when do I know when a weapon crits a thread? Is it when the d20 itself gets
Yes, when
to
the d20 itself.
1920? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because otherwise, crits would just be a massive race to see who could be more accurate, like it was in 2E. That's why they stopped doing it. Because you used to just be able to take a -10 to hit and just auto crit. It was pretty obscene,
Okay.
but it was more fun.
17 damage. Oh, another note here. I don't know if Morg of Iron will be doing its thing.
Yep.
That would me think.
Yep, she failed to save. This character was actually fairly vicious right before she just failed a Morgoth Iron save.
I forgot. What does Morg of Iron do, Han?
Like isn't it like D3 dex damage?
Yep.
I'm gonna roll the d3. Why the fuck do you not have a d3 set up wrong?
So after having just been exploded, she turns around. Some asshole canine like scoots by on a surfing a wave and stabs her.
3 dex damage.
God.
Typing is bleeding through.
Okay.
Cool.
I believe stabbing people is an attack action, right?
Yes.
So I still have
Yep.
movement and swift.
Yep. Yes.
Can I sacrifice the movement to use as a standard?
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
You
A standard
can
is considered a larger effect.
You can use a move action to make a survival check to try and trip her through terrain tactics.
Okay.
She would not consider the area to be rough terrain.
With
She's
the
actually
blood and
braced.
guts of her
You
friends.
can use water for it.
Oh, could I just
She's
dump
already
water
used a
on her?
telekinesis this turn, so I'm going to keep the telekinetic use of water to once a turn, because
Okay.
otherwise you're going to start running into people who are problem children.
Yeah.
Because suddenly every aquakinesis user becomes a problem child. No one wants to have to speed run drowning because some asshole runs up to them and just literally throws a wheel of water through their esophagus.
I see. If you could give me one moment to look at the
Certainly.
Chimera Soul Discipline. Because I do have everything. It'll take a
Chimera
moment.
Soul available almost fucking nowhere. It's in fact incredibly hard to find because it only ran the playtesting circuit, boys and girls.
Oh.
So good luck finding it. If you ask nicely on like one of the 4chan PFG threads, or like one of them in a blue moon, they might still have it.
I have the PDF. Okay. I'm gonna just check specifically if there's some that give me something along the lines with movement.
Tell you what we'll do is I say we will start a 5-minute recess, as I need to use the gents. We'll reconvene thereafter. Everyone take 5. We'll be back in a moment. Boys and girls.
Yes.
Very well.
Gents. Be
I
right back.
will mute the audio from both ends, so feel free to provide your own music at your own leisure.
Yeah, I'll be here. I don't know if anyone else is gonna stick around, hang out,
Oh,
but
let's be
just
here,
try to.
so- And then
I give up
I'll leave
filter.
the audio on for people to hear, I guess. This...
Okie dokie. Yeah, sorry I'm not being super talkative. I do not feel good today. And I'm just so tired. Now I'm a little bit less tired than I was when we started, but I don't feel great.
I've been just trying to use. I've just been trying to make the voice filter work in the background for what I want to do, but it's not cooperating the way that I want. Every single other department. I can get it to do basically what I want, but and it's like, no, I don't need a male filter. I can actually already do the other voice fine. It's like I need one for the other one because I don't want to tire my voice out.
Yeah.
It's only so much when you can gruff into the microphone where it's like, yeah, it's getting hard. I need to find cough syrup, and I have none.
I did a stream once as Commie Mark Chan, like when I was dressed up a woman or whatever. And I was using like a voice modifier thing like that, but in the other direction. So it made me sound like this, like when I was talking. Like, and it's really funny.
We'll see if some gin helps, or is this vodka? No, it's gin.
Have you seen this Joe Biden wake up thing?
I'm just watching it now. That's hilarious. I mean, I've seen the general meme before, but I haven't seen this one. God, I feel like that today, though.
Okay. I at least know what I will do, I believe so. Know what to do with my swift and movement.
I just read a thing that apparently Tommy Robinson's a Mossad agent, according to Stuckers.
Obviously.
Real shit.
I was trying really hard not to laugh earlier when I saw that fish thing that I posted. Please do not stir me up. When you do, I hit my head on the glass. And if I keep doing it, I will die.
Yeah.
I like the exact way it's framed. It's phrased, don't stir me up. I feel that fish.
Honestly, mood.
It do be like that sometimes.
Oh, also, for those that are within chatting abilities, I hope the sound this time around has been okay. There are some changes to the audio from my end, so yeah. Hope on stream it at least sounds good.
Yeah, Yeah, of course, let us know, guys, because, you know, with on Broken Crown, on the news show, all the time we end up Spoon all times has it set up so that I'm really really loud. I keep telling him to change it, and then he does, but it ends up going back to me being really loud. So I just sound like I'm always yelling over him. I don't mean to do
How
this.
dare you, Aiden?
Not my intention.
Wait, it hasn't been her turn yet since she got disarmed and stuff.
Disarmed. Sorry for the lack of happenings to everybody watching. But I guess it's a good time for everybody to maybe take a little break. And just chill. And again, sorry I'm not being super entertaining. Normally I'd probably waffle on about something more easily, but damn, I'm fucking tired, man. I have no idea why. I tried to take a nap for like an hour and a half right before the show, and I couldn't sleep. But it didn't, so I couldn't fall asleep. But I was just sitting there, being tired, laying in bed, just being like, dang it. Go to sleep, and I couldn't sleep. I can't drink, I really have to avoid, what do you call it, energy drinks, because I'm really, really sensitive to caffeine, though. I drank a couple sips of one of Bill's before we started. I think maybe it's done about all it's going to, which is mostly just make me jittery.
Third can, boys!
Boy.
Oh yeah, what kind of energy drinks are you drinking?
Raptor energy drink. It is a £1 per can, half liter.
Jesus
citrus
Christ!
One. It tastes like White Monster, but it has no actual carbs in, which is nice. It's also significantly cheaper.
Sounds like great value energy.
Basically, it's the Dr. Thunder of White Monster. And it's called Raptor. The other flavors are fucking undrinkable. The cherry legit tastes worse than most cough mixture. And honestly, I'm just a bit frightened of the mango. I want to try it. Mango drinks are usually pretty terrible.
Yeah.
It depends. If they're carbonated, yeah.
Yeah, if it's like
if it's actual mango juice, that's nice.
Oh yeah.
It's not good. It's
Flavoring.
not going to be. It's not going to be. It's a £1 half liter can. It's cheaper than most regular soda. Are we all back?
I never left.
I think most of us didn't leave.
I actually need to use the gents. The downsides of caffeine.
But on the upside, I do know what to do with my swift and my movement.
Far away.
Let me look at it again, just in case I get it right. Let me actually also see if that is one of the ones I have active. I did not pick all the ones that are active, so I will just use it. I hope that is okay. It is wait. Yes, it is Primal Fang. It is a boost. And I just realized that wouldn't do anything at all. So I will actually not use it. I will just use my movement and create distance.
Okay. Are you going to try and stand, or...?
Can I just scuttle, just crawl?
It does drop your speed to like a quarter of what it normally is. So you basically only get to crawl 5 feet.
What would it take to get up?
Move action.
Then I'll just get up.
Or you can try an acrobatics check as a swift.
I will then try the acrobatics.
Okay.
Let's see, what's the worst that could happen? Using the wrong roll? Yes. Not rolling it is a W. There we go. Well,
That's the worst that could happen.
yeah.
Roll the D10,000 chart, please.
Yeah.
obviously there. This could still be beneficial, don't forget. This is the D10,000 chart. It's a fickle mistress.
2,500.
We don't usually see numbers that clean.
Yeah.
You got weird ones. Either each day, caster is 40% likely to crave garlic intensely, or caster's boots cannot be removed under moonlight.
I mean, honestly, both sounds okay.
I would say that the second one is probably more practical because it makes you immune to shoe goblins.
I'll take
Shoe
it.
goblins.
Like Yoda the Foot Knight.
Wait,
You
can
take your
I
feet.
can I roll knowledge local if there's even garlic on this island?
You know for a fact there is.
Okay. I mean, garlic is pretty.
Mainly because there's a large there was at one point a large vampire population and that got dealt with. In part because people were loading garlic paste into essentially paintball gun rounds.
That sounds amazing.
Oh yeah,
But it was with slingshots, so...
About the summoning earth elemental thing. What type of
Yes.
action would that be?
Standard. In fact, no, sorry, a summon spell is usually a full round. So you'd start summoning, and then on your next round it would pop into existence.
Okay.
What?
Swooshing noises.
There was a scary noise. Oh.
PS1 wind sound effects.
Yeah.
Me again. This is my haunted house.
Honestly, it's adding to the ambience.
Yeah, I that's why at first I thought maybe it was intentional.
I'll take the shoes thing.
Excellent. You're now immune to foot goblins. At least in moonlight.
Yeah.
So
Wait, so if you have something that replicates moonlight and just have that on you,
yes,
would that count? That they cannot take it off?
yes. I would also reason that because to sever the limb would be to remove the shoe. That limb would not be able to be severed under moonlight conditions. I will, however, require it be actual moon rocks if you want to make a lamp to try and replicate it, or at least, you know, a material equivalent.
Okay. Just the eyes of those that are moonstruck.
Yeah. So if you got a moonstruck person, got one of their eyeballs, ripped it out, put it in as like the lens of a small torch, it would work.
I see.
Or if you cast light on their eyes. Probably a less invasive method.
I do believe rolling a 1 on acrobatics. I do not get up.
You fall on your backside.
I mean, I still have my moves, so I can just stand up at least.
The goblin would jeer at you, and unfortunately all of its friends are dead in this vicinity, and your spear is trying to plunge itself through her forearm to get to her like head and neck. She is desperately trying to fend it off. Whilst being horribly poisoned. You can see the veins on her arm, like the skin of her arm, as well as being ruptured open by a large spearhead, is bubbling, and the veins around the wound are going black.
Oh no.
What a shame.
What a shame indeed.
On that note, it is her turn.
Real quick, Bill, because I forgot about this last time. Since I did manage to hit the eye with the anti-magic S-Stock, would that have had any sort of a dispelling effect?
It's about to come up, don't worry.
Excellent.
Okay. Uggs will attempt to defend herself. Okay. Eris, what is your CMD?
Oh no.
Let me look at it. 12.
Okay. Uggs twists with a horrid wrenching noise of meat, wrenches her forearm to the side, letting your spear kind of slip past her, and grabs the handle, gaining control of it.
Can she, if it is technically still under my telekinesis control?
Yes, as a disarm. You can attempt to re-wrest control on your turn with a separate disarm. But in the interim... Okay. She cannot reach you because you're 15 feet away.
Well, there
This
is
is
a witch light in the way too.
A branch spear.
Which kind of spear, sorry?
Elven branch spear.
Elven branch spear, which can be used as a regular spear by a non-proficient user.
Still a long spear, I believe, because it has reach.
Okay.
Let me check how much reach it has. Oh, it
Should
says...
just have the reach quality.
5 foot step. And Uggs will do something very nasty. Uggs will swing the spear in a wide arc, using the branches like a pick, and will swing it through the witch light.
Boy.
And into Baz.
Oh.
And you know what? It works better if she does this.
Can I warn
she's on the
Baz?
Yeah, you got 6 seconds. You got 6 words. So tell me what the 6 words you want to say.
Duck, spear coming towards you. Now.
Good choice of the order of words. Baz, what is your order of action?
Duck, hopefully first.
Duck and try to get into like a parrying high guard with the S-stock.
Okay. Okay. What is your CMD? Flat-footed.
Flat-footed CMD is 17.
You're very lucky. As you dip low, bring the guard up, and the spear skims off your guard. Uggs throws a tantrum and literally just throws the spear on the ground while shrieking obscenities in Uruk. This goblin
very
here
useful.
will run from the source of its fear. Pointing at the thing like... The commander here is furious. None of you can keep this under control! He'll rear back one of his boots and he'll plunge one of his spurs directly into Gobshite's neck and twist and try and reassert control of the troll and do so handily. Every time everything was going so well, you had to get under my feet. Okay.
Which person is he talking about exactly?
He's addressing you all generally speaking.
I would like to flip him off. I cannot say any words, but...
He'll take a flask from his belt, strike it, and it'll spark with blue flames.
Oh no.
What is... Okay. Big gotta go with the bigger threat here.
Man, I'm
wait,
acting
no.
like a
What am I on
tank when
about?
I'm not.
Lamau, line effect. He's going to use a line effect. Because he doesn't just unfurl one flask, he unfurls a whole chain of them. Like a whip. But it's a whole coil. And he's going to make an attack using the feet fan the hammer to make flasks an automatic weapon.
What does that mean?
Using 10 flasks, that means that he can now attack up to his first range increment, which is 30 feet, as a line effect, like using 10 flasks.
Lamau.
Maybe this was not the best decision.
And guess what?
after
These
all.
are what's called witchlight flames. They do cold damage instead of heat. Because he spotted the person flipping them off was covered in water. And they still burn, by the way.
Oh no.
Lamau. What's everyone's touch AC?
Question. You know the
9.
one thing I used while we were under boiling rain, where I used the telekinesis to put a force field above me, basically, to block the rain? Is this
If you had a
possible?
If you had an action left on, if you'd read an action to do it,
Damn.
I'd allow it. Unfortunately, it'd be a bit much to do it on the fly. Furthermore, it's just coming at you at speed.
So I take no reflex.
Always skin
either.
a can. There's more than one way to burn one.
So flat-footed AC, was it? Or touch AC?
Touch.
11.
Yeah, that's right. Baz, what's your flat-foot touch?
Oh, flat-footed touch, 10.
Wait, flat-footed touch. Does that mean it's
Oh,
even
because he's
lower
blind.
than touch? Oh, okay.
So I don't, you never know with Baz, he might have some weird shit going on.
Sure.
Okay.
Maybe I.
Okay,
shouldn't be
interesting
so-
point. Did you know that there is a chemical that I was gonna save the dragon fire for later on, so that we could do a whole, oh look, it's dragon fire, you try to put it out of water, it explodes. But you two are in water. So you get to enjoy double damage.
Surely my 13 health are gonna.
Oh, is Dragonfire a... Does that do fire damage, or is it still cold damage?
Fire damage, but the witch fire converts to cold.
I see.
Okay, I will need to roll the percentile for Eris because she's only like soaked with water. She isn't in water. So I'll have to roll like an ignition chance. Okay, ignition chance.
Somehow I feel like
does
this was a
not
bad idea.
hit the ignition. You only say. So for Baz. Fucking lucky bastard. And Eris. Baz takes 4 points of cold damage plus, isn't it? So, sorry, 8 points of cold damage. And Eris will take 5. Sorry, no, 6. 6 points of cold damage. Fucking mint snake eyes on the fucking double damage roll. Jesus Christ, I need to retire these dice. But only reflex saves from both of you.
DM angry, he can't do TP kill. Blames dice.
I want to die! That's from the arsonist, not from me.
16.
10.
Baz, you are on fire, and it's cold, and it's really, really disconcerting, as now the water around you is freezing solid.
I see.
Oh no, if only there
You're
was a
up
way
to
to
your-
launch yourself
You're
out
up
of
to
the
your,
armor.
like, thigh.
Now, usually asbestos would make me immune to catching fire. Would this still be the case, or...
Is asbestos resistant to cold?
I'm not sure. I know aluminum has a decent amount of resistance to it, which I am plated in currently.
Also, consider the thing of you can just yeet yourself out of the armor. Because the armor is stuck, not you, I believe.
Yeah, but armor is useful.
Yeah, but a life is useful.
No.
I just want to add that there is no metal called aluminum.
Aluminum.
We've been over this meme before, boys and girls. It's the same fucking material. It was named different things in different regions when it was discovered.
Rat King is saying asbestos was used on Arctic bases. Yes.
Then yet you are
Huzzah.
not on. You are not on freeze fire. The water is the.
Bruh.
This is
Thank you,
fun.
Rat King.
Thank you for. I do love our chat. They do usually know this kind of stuff.
Yes.
The power of autism.
Unironically.
Oh, website.
You can see, those of you who still have sight can see the Arsenist really starting to lose his temper. Everything was so perfect. I was so looking forward to this. Months of planning.
Oh, can you draw a line of where the fire is? In case I'm guessing it stays.
Oh yeah, everything in this area is on fire.
I'll hold the ruler. You can just scribble.
There you go.
Do some orange squiggles.
What's blue flame?
I can make blue squiggles. Just you wait.
Isn't blue fire hotter than yellow fire?
In this case, it is like a different. It's a different color blue. It's more like a cyan.
Good that I'm using
It is a weird.
There you go.
There you go.
It's like the blue fire of Zelda's Ocarina of Time.
It's like that one. It's like that
Nice.
one. It's like when you used to put on the, like spectrograph on the PS2 CD player.
It's that move that Piccolo did to kill Raditz in like episode 2 of Dragon Ball Z or something.
Bodes very poorly for
Yeah.
errors in that case. Okay. So most of the goblins, actually, a good number. Most, if not all, the goblins are dead. Just one point. Who would like to roll an important roll?
What die is it?
It's a 1d100.
What is the stakes?
I don't think he's gonna tell us. Alright, I'll do it.
Well, I'm just saying, implying the stakes is a medium rare well done.
Wait. Oh, fuck. I forgot the one.
I was like,
No.
oh.
No, it's too late. 0.
I rolled a 0 on that. Yeah, well, I rolled a 0-sided die.
It's a perfect
Double
0.
0. Perfect. 87.
Okay. Here's my other d10.
God damn, is Tom Cruise making another W2 film?
Okay.
Yeah.
As everyone else, everyone who still has the power of sight gets to see it. As they see, as the arsonist takes out another torch, strikes it across his chest, and it sparks into flame. This time, the flame turns a deep, kind of roaring purple. And it glints in the it glares across his goggles and says, "Yes, finally! Oh, I've been looking forward to this." As he holds it at arm's length and drops it, and as it hits the ground, it skitters across the ground and reaches across the entire. It streaks in tiny, thin slivers, like scurrying rats or cockroaches across the floor, like infinitely long, burning, violet centipedes that crawl and through every crevice and crack of the cobblestones, and streak across to places like Pierre's body and the dead goblins. If you have spellcraft, you might want to roll it.
Pia's body. Mr. Guy over here?
Yes, this gentleman.
Oh. Oh. What roll was it?
A spellcraft roll.
Spellcraft.
Or religion.
I will go for both.
I roll religion 2 at a penalty. Just
No,
based
you
on
can smell.
what I'm hearing.
You can smell this.
28
see.
spellcraft.
In fact, this will specifically resonate with you as a quick encounter.
32.
Oh, Baz, you know precisely what this is, and you really wish you didn't. Eris, you know. In fact, all of you know 5 religion rolls.
Oh.
This is a ceremony spell that is just triggered.
Ah,
A ceremony takes 12 hours. When it's completed, it'll trigger an effect. And how many resources you put into it is how long it lasts. This is a level 4 spell slot ritual. Meaning it is a... This is more powerful than, say, a fireball. What this is the Ceremony of Flame. The Ceremony of Flame makes it so that all those affected, any mundane fire that they create, cannot be put out with mundane means.
Oh. Okay.
Of more pressing concern, this is a fell animating Ceremony of Flame, meaning any carcass that is afflicted by any fire damage of anyone who's affected by it will rise as a zombie or skeleton or some other variety of undead on its next available turn, which is now.
Man, I can't wait to resurrect as a zombie.
Now that means that anyone who died of the ritual is citywide.
Oh, and he probably put
So-
out fire.
based.
Pierre as I get to delete poor Pierre Dubois, let's have everyone have a look at the man we knew and
Oh.
loved with his planson spear and his little kettle helm, and
Goodbye,
his
Pierre.
bewilderingly nice quality offhand dagger that is there on his belt.
Goodbye. I don't know why, but the target in the background looks photoshopped in. Looking at it. Oh. Pierre. No.
Now, the majority of these are not the victims of flame. These are victims of shrapnel, primarily. But some of them weren't so lucky.
Do witch lights count as... fire
They do burn hot, but they are not mundane flame, so they are not susceptible.
Okay.
However, this one did have an earlier injury, so this one will animate. As the carcass burns completely clean, burning down to now molten bone.
You know what? Now I'm kind of thinking, whatever they're looking for, maybe it's not worth it for us to fight it.
Oh, throw hands.
As you don't like that smell, that smells very... You've seen people use this kind of trickery before, and it's right for things went really south. Last time it happened, the island lost access to the north for 5 years. And it was during the last time these arseholes turned up.
Oh boy, here we go again.
And I think, given that we're about to launch it, unless, Mark, would you like to chime in? Because you are the top of the initiative order after the various monsters and gribblies. This would be the closing turn of the round and of the session. Or would you like to leave it till next week?
I think Mark should take his turn.
I think he stepped out for a minute, so I'm not sure if you want to wait.
Might be good to let
Fucking talking to myself and while I'm on mute.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll do it next week, I guess. Like,
Okay, doke.
yeah.
Cool with me if you guys are down with it.
Yeah.
I'll leave it here.
Well, ladies and gents, boys and girls, I hope everyone's had a good week this week. We've risen the stakes somewhat and gotten a bit more vicious lately, because now the kid gloves are off, boys and girls, and it's time to really start rumbling.
Man, I'm already
Let's go.
over half down my health. I'm really starting now.
Well, stop taunting the arsonist then, hey?
But it's
You're a
funny.
spellcaster. Stop acting like a fucking frontline.
We'll take
Yes,
like
I'm
a level in
acting like a
barbarian or something.
Yeah, or Blood Rager.
Oh yeah, Blood Rage will work really well. Or Myrmidon fighter.
Oh boy, I guess we'll see next time.
We'll see you next week, and I get to close the session out with something I downloaded especially for this because I had to track this sound effect down. Remember, boys and girls, napalm sticks to players.
Oof.
Fiddlebook.
Just very quiet.
And scene.